Hey everyone, we spend a lot of time planning for things in life. We get insurance for our cars, for our homes, but what about our digital lives? What's the safety net for all of our online stuff? That's what we're going to dive into today.
So let me just start with a question, and it might be a little uncomfortable, but stick with me. If something happened to you right now, out of the blue, could your family get into your bank account? Could they pay the mortgage, find your insurance policy, even just access your email? For a lot of us, I think the honest answer is probably not.
And look, this isn't about some distant what-if scenario. Think about real life, a medical emergency where you just can't communicate. Or you're traveling, you lose your phone, and suddenly you're locked out of everything. If you run a business, what happens if the one person who knows all the passwords just isn't there one day? These are the moments where having a plan is absolutely crucial.
So that's where this whole idea of a digital safety net comes into play. It's about having a simple, really secure, and totally automatic plan for when life gets messy. It's about peace of mind. And today, we're going to look at one solution that's built to do exactly that.
It's called digital heritage. And what is it really? Well, at its heart, it's like a super secure digital vault. You put your most important information inside, and it makes sure that only the people you trust can get access, and only if they actually need to.
The best part? Getting this kind of peace of mind isn't some huge, complicated project. The whole thing is designed to be incredibly simple and fast to set up. We're talking 4 easy steps that take just a couple of minutes. Let's walk through them.
Okay, so first you just sign up. Easy enough. Then you start adding your essentials, passwords, documents, that kind of stuff. Step 3, you pick the people you trust, your contacts, and decide exactly what they can see. And the last step is this really cool, secure way you distribute your master key. And boom, you're done. You're protected.
Now let's just focus on step 2 for a second, adding your info. Because this is where security is everything, right? So when you add a password or a file, it gets encrypted right there on your device before it ever even goes to their servers. And we're talking AES 256 encryption. That's the same standard that banks and governments use. It's serious stuff.
And this system gives you an incredible amount of control. When you add your trusted people, you're not just handing over the keys to the kingdom. No way. You get to decide password by password, document by document, who gets to see what. So, for instance, your spouse might get access to all the personal banking stuff, but your business partner, they only get the logins for the company's social media. You have total granular control.
Okay, so you're all set up. How does the system actually know when it's needed? It's not just sitting around waiting for something bad to happen. Instead, it runs on this simple, automated check-in system that you're in charge of. You can set your own schedule, maybe check in once a week, whatever works for you. And checking in is designed to be completely effortless. You can literally just click a button on the website or tap a magic link in an email. Or, and this is my favorite, you can connect your Gmail and it just checks you in automatically whenever you're active. It's a true set it and forget it kind of thing.
But what happens if you miss a check-in? This is where the safety net really shows its strength. It doesn't just panic, it unfolds in stages. After a day, you just get a friendly little email reminder. If a week goes by, it sends a more serious wellness check to you, and to a verifier you can designate, like your spouse. It's only after a full 30 days of total silence that your trusted contacts are finally notified that it's time to start the secure handoff.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. How can I be 100% sure my data is safe? And that is the most important question. The answer is in the way the whole system is built from the ground up. It's what you'd call unbreakable by design.
This gets us to a really core idea: zero-knowledge architecture. And that's not just some buzzword, it's a promise. Here's what it means. Your data gets encrypted on your computer with a key that only you have. So the company servers, they only ever hold a scrambled, unreadable mess. They have zero knowledge of what your information actually is. Not even their own employees could see your data if they tried.
And then there's another layer of security, something called Shamir's secret sharing. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like one of those safety deposit boxes at a bank that needs 2 keys to open. Your master key gets split into multiple pieces. You give one piece to each of your trusted contacts. To unlock your vault, a certain number of them, say 3 out of 5, have to come together and combine their key pieces. No single person can ever get in on their own.
And right there, that's the fundamental difference between this and a lot of other services. With many emergency access features, you ultimately have to trust the company, because technically, they could get into your vault. With this model, the company never has access. It's impossible. The only people who can ever unlock your info are the specific group of people you chose.
On top of all of that, you get these other guarantees.
We already talked about the military-grade encryption. The access codes are designed to resist hackers trying to guess them. There's an unchangeable audit log of every single access attempt. And finally, a simple promise. They will never sell your data, and you will never ever see ads. Your privacy is priority number one.
So, after all that technical stuff, let's come back to the most important number, 5. That's it. That's about how many minutes it takes to set this whole thing up and put this incredibly powerful safety net in place for you and the people you care about.
And honestly, you can do it right now, no strings attached. There's a free tier that lets you add up to 3 trusted contacts and protect your 10 most important secrets. It's more than enough to get you started and to see just how valuable this is.
You know, in the end, it really comes down to this. Life is always going to be unpredictable. We just can't control that. But what we can control is how ready we are. Your contingency plan doesn't have to be another complicated thing to worry about. So just think for a second. What's that one piece of digital information your family would need the most?